We'll come back to this topic. We'll come back to this topic.
Welcome.
This is an interesting role. Yikes. Ballsy, I'm coming from a person who has 2,300 hours. So I have a lot more to say on these topics than I think others would. That doesn't inherently mean that you're not in a position to understand these topics. It just is an inherent thing that I have tons of time in the game. I still have the gargoyle down, right? I don't dislike this. Well, and that's, I think, just a synergistic thing, Dan. But again, those types of roles don't do well. Those types of roles don't do well unless they are getting late game with a lot of value. You need value with something like a Disciple Boar, Disciple Zeus, Disciple Zeus Starcaller, Boar combo, right? I'm told to learn each Legion first, then do Mastermind. Is that the right path to go? Ballsy, I would argue no. Personally, I don't like that path. But I understand the thought process behind it. In my opinion, learn lock-in first with a single unit. Or I guess, okay, maybe learn one Legion to at least understand the basics of the game. How tiers work, how tanks work, etc. But in my opinion, you're better off learning through playing something like lock-in or greed or something, because that's what you're going to be playing in the ranked mode, than it is to play with an individual Legion, right? I really argue for lock-in as a new player, and you can see all my lock-in videos in that playlist there. That would, excuse me, that would be my place to go. It also helps that I made that made those videos. We'll see how the 20 HP Oathbreaker is going to be. I still hope it leaks to a snail. Get your bets in, guys, if you want to bet on the game. I do still hope it leaks to a snail. The percentage range, I hope, is a little less, because I think going everywhere from, like, it would leak 90% sometimes versus a snail, and I want it to leak some. I think that snailable starts are important. What's my favorite unit at the moment? That's a tough one. I'd still argue something along the lines of, like, Disciple, just because the synergistic value is so high. Right, and I love the ability to do something crazy like that. It's fun. My teammate holds here, so I'm going to play risky. I already have 6 workers, so we'll see how it goes. I need 24 or 23. Or 22, excuse me, 22 to get the Nightmare out. Yeah, no problem, Ballsy. Again, if you have more questions, let me know. Always glad to help. I think Disciple's really solid because it just gives you a lot of options with your roles usually, which is fun. Patch drops after this weekend, yes, which I'm glad they're doing it after the tournament, because that was a big pain in the butt when they would do it prior to a tournament setting. That was like my #1 pet peeve, is that they kept doing them right before tournaments, and then the tournament would be all screwed up. They did it a couple times now, and I'm like, can we not do this, please? We'll see how this goes. The Nightmare drop here is a little sketchy. Beautiful, they send me here. Nice. I hoped they would anticipate I didn't have an answer, but even then I would have expected them to send double DT to kind of snuff out the consort potential. But alas, don't matter really too much. He goes double consort. Double DT would have helped me. We're going to send again here just because I pushed kind of hard. 7 worker. I could be 8 worker here. Kind of debating it still. Can't do it with that. Can't do it with either of these, so. Get the option for Windhawk next if they don't resend me here. If they don't resend me here, I get the option for Windhawk. But Dan, I don't mean to poo-poo on your ideas. I just think I have a different outlook on how things should be done compared to you, and that's normal. I think that's fine and that's good, right? You should have different outlooks on this game to someone else, right? It's a complicated game with a lot of differentiations in it, and I think that's fine. It should be how it's done. Well, it's what makes it fun, right? The ability to change things up, do something different. Don't think it's inherently a problem. I full held there, sweet. I was hoping I'd get him here. Looks like I am. What does everyone else think of the gate change? I'm kind of interested in what the gate will be like. They no longer take damage, but they're now going to have lesser health and faster spawn rate. Lesser health and damage and a faster spawn rate, which I thought was interesting. Kind of excited for that. Some changes to gates I think were much needed. I think if there was one unit combination that was more impressive than the other, the Ocean Templar gate nerf really, really hurts gate. And I think that's good. I'm glad it's not aura or mana reliant as much anymore as well. Because I think right now the biggest issue is gates were super oppressive when you had specific combinations on them. And we'll talk more in detail about this when we get into the patch notes here in a bit. But I personally think it's a good change. I think it was a good change to get rid of him. Like, get rid of the oppressive nature of them, I should say. Not get rid of them, but slow them down, make them a little different. I think right now they're just disgustingly strong. I'm about to leak Fetty again here. Pretty hard, actually. He really wanted to get that Butcher down with this Chaos roll. I imagine he's Chaos. He might not be, though. Just an interesting play to put the Butcher there. Binks, what are you doing? What are you doing, little dude? What are you doing? You digging in your bed? Digging in your bed? He's being a little weirdo. I love him. I'm super tempted to egg in the split. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to, but I was really tempted there. I might egg on 9 because I've got double violets at this point. I don't really love the second violet for this wave, but it's at least a relatively decent DPS unit on 7, and I kind of think it might be enough to carry me through this wave. We'll kind of see. Single wave skip, only a 180. All lizards, beautiful. The violet actually is a great counter to this then. Because the lizards don't do much to the violets. So the wave is the only thing really damaging violets, which do a lot, but I think the violets should be enough to get through. Looks like the violets were double targeted after. So that actually worked out beautifully. Salty leaked hard, that's fine. I'm selling him out, so I need to be the one that holds for him. I'm gonna save here. I do think APS gates, this makes APS gates a lot more interesting. With the faster non-dying range spawns, I think it'll be pretty good. I think the faster spawns in general will allow gates to sustain themselves a little bit more. That being said, I think if you were to add in something like Disciple on a gate now, I think it's a lot more enticing. I think you're going to be in a lot more game states where Disciple on gates is going to make them spawn super quickly and be a little bit more usable, in my opinion. Just with, you know, in general, without like necessarily Ocean Templar or healing on them. I also think healing won't be nearly as powerful on them because they have lesser damage as well. Single Pilgrim with multiple gates is interesting now. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that. If you go on my Twitter, which you can find the link below, I retweeted it on my Twitter. Going on, Lith? It's been a minute since I've seen you here. How you doing, my man? All good, all good. I see you. Going castle and staying relevant is pretty impressive by him. I really want to go another Hydra, but I don't think it's a smart decision. Not right now, at least. If they send me here, I'll go Hydra next. Go for a holding Hydra. Doing good. Got into Super People pretty hard. I've been playing that a ton, but enjoy lurking in LTD stream. Hey, well, I'm glad you're enjoying Super People. I've heard some good things about it. Doesn't seem like my type of game, if I'm being honest, but it seems like people like it, so good on you for liking it. Glad you like it, I should say.
Victory.
Oh, that was probably really loud. Sorry. Didn't mean to pop my lips that hard. But let's go. That's a good win. I felt pretty commanding there. Pretty commanding there. I think we'll take this one just because we did some good discussion during it. As well as I feel like I kind of just put Fetty in the dirt almost all game. This 6 leak really killed him. The income into 7 killed him again. And then the 7 to 10, man. What is he supposed to do there? He just didn't have any income. It worked out for us. Not leaking a single wave. We take those wins, baby. We take those wins. That felt good. I like BRs. Litho. The problem is I just don't play them really unless my brother and some of my buddies play them. So we've been playing PUBG again actually, and I've been having fun playing that occasionally.